A warm welcome to the tradingmentors.com. This is Chris here. Hope you're well this Monday morning, 10:03 here in the UK. I wanted to go over day trading because I know a lot of you are requesting information on day trading. I'm just going to go over that. Before I do, I missed out on the Canadian yen yesterday in the weekly market forecast. So we got a fresh buy signal on this, and this is going to target 110.50. How do we confirm that it's okay and all the buys are in? Well, it's achieving higher highs, which is the first important thing. It's above this black line, so it's showing support. And all the buyers are in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 institutions buying this, and the MACD's confirmed it as well. And it's in an uptrend. So it doesn't get much better than this. But what tends to happen is if you don't get in the trade, there are additional opportunities throughout the week to day trade it. And I'm going to show you the pound yen, which we've done well. I didn't actually trade the pound yen, but nonetheless, I know a lot of you did, and I sent the signal in Telegram. And I want to show you how that works and why it works and how you can profit. So the first thing we must understand is there's no point looking at anything else except our favorites. Because at the end of the day, if they are not trending, according to our rules, then we leave them alone. If they're trending, then we are looking for opportunities throughout the week, aren't we? So let me jump into the day trading system. Before I begin, just a big thank you to everyone who's supporting me and have the advanced pro charts now. I know you're all doing really well. And more importantly, you're learning a lot of how to trade like a pro. So what I've done here, I've gone to the pound yen here, and the first thing, let's go over the rules. Let's go over the rules before we begin. The first thing you need, for those who are on the advanced pro charts, you know what these mean. However, the 50-day moving average is an important element of this. This is traded by many, and so as the price moves above the blue line, 50 EMA, then of course we're looking for buys only. So that's the first thing. The other thing is you can put the pivots on here. If you go to indicators, pivots, and you just want standard pivots, I've got mine on there now, but you could just left click that and away you go. They come up in orange. I don't like orange, so I've just coloured mine. The central pivot is the key here. If the price is moving above the 50-day moving average and above the central pivot, then that's highly likely to continue up. Those rules are clear. Now we have a buy signal on the Advanced Pro, which helps us enormously. This is highly valuable. But you have to wait for this as a day trader. Now, day trader to me means that you're going to hold the position and close it at the end of the day. Now that is different for some people. Some people like to hold it for maybe a couple of days, but for me, I think it's safer to be a day trader and then just close it when it finishes. So let's have a look at this. This was on the 12th of October last week. We had the buy signal. It finished above the 50-day moving average. It finished above the pivot. So by about 9:30, that was your chance to get in. Now let me talk about targets. Once you have the pivots on your screen, it's very easy to see where the price is going. Now R1 is your first target. So in this day, you get in somewhere around here, I don't know, 161.30. And so your target for the day is 162.42. Now R1 has a 90% chance of being hit if all the conditions have been satisfied. Okay. Now what I sometimes do is to put two positions on at the entry, halve my position, so you're just using the same risk, but I have one at the target here, 162.42, and my second position I have a target 2 of R2, 164. Okay, now what happens is as soon as target 1 is hit, I will move my stop on my second position to break even somewhere around there, or maybe even just below the lock in, actually move the stop to just below the blue line, and that will lock in even more profits. But your target to R2, if you held it overnight to the next day, would have been hit. Now let's go on to the next one. Excuse me, a bit of a cold. Let's go on to this one. So rules number 1, the price is above the 50-day moving average. The buy signal at 9 o'clock, and once the candle's finished, this is a 30-minute chart, it does not repaint because we're using Heikin-Ashi charts. This is really, really important. If you don't use Heikin-Ashi charts, you're going to get a lot more signals, false signals. And as you can see, there's a support line here as well. So this is simply a correction overnight, ready to buy. Now the price is above the central pivot, 161.51. It's above the 50-day moving average, and any buy signal above the 50-day moving average is very, so that's what you're looking for. So if you see a sell signal, that's good news. If you see a sell signal above the blue line, that's good news, because you have to get a sell before you get a buy signal. So your target, 90% chance of hitting 163.26. That would have happened within about an hour or so. And then it goes on to R2, 165.10 within the same day. So target number 1 would have been hit. Your stop would have been placed at break even. And then away it goes to the races. Now it can go higher, of course. That's one of those things. You never know. But R2 is an extension most of the time. This has a far less chance usually of being hit than the R1. Let me jump on to gold, give you an even better idea, I think. So this is a fantastic chart. We can see Friday's move. Well, I know a lot of you made a lot of money if you had the advanced charts. We had a sell here at 8:30 Friday morning, and it fell below the central pivot of 1663.49. So you can see that quite clearly. So target number 1, 164.70. Sorry, 1644.70 would have been hit. Now, as I say, often the S2 extension might be just too far, but you can do that. That's no problem. Your second trade, for instance, this would have banked a lot of money. Once, say 1662, somewhere around there, down to 16, 200 pips or so. So now, what's interesting is we've got to buy, you've got to buy, you've got to sell. But look where the price is now, below the central pivot. So in my view, this price is getting ready to fall again. And I had a massive target of 1581, didn't I? But if you're a day trader, 1581 is going to take some time to be hit unless there's a complete crash of gold. So these are really, really important. So if we get a sell signal below the blue line, below the central pivot, and it breaks this wedge formation, then of course our first target today is going to be 1639.50, something like that, for first target, and our second target is going to be 1624, or just above it. So a very good way of being able to predict where the price is going. The pivots tell you where the price is going. They're like magnets, and they will just attract it once you have the sell signal, once you have a buy signal, if it's in an uptrend. Now, our long-term charts for gold are still down. There's nothing changing at the moment. This is simply a correction. So we might have to wait for the New York session to come along. So being patient is really important. Trading is 90% being patient, waiting for the setups, and then 10% trading. So don't feel like you're missing out if you're not trading, because it's really important to get used to that. And it's very difficult for many people, I know, in the beginning, because you feel like you want to be in every trade. But if you do that, you'll lose. So we're looking for high probability, highly profitable trades during the day. And if you want to be a day trader, then come on board, join the Advanced Pro Charts software, and get the software, and you'll make a lot of money.